Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to prepare a DJ set for your live performance. So if you don't know how to DJ, how to prepare a live set, maybe you are a beginner or just looking for some tips and tricks for DJing, make sure to watch this video till the end because I'm going to teach you everything you need to know before you can start playing live. So let's have a look at my DJ set, and I'm going to give you guys the first tip. And the first tip is having your DJ set organized and keeping it simple. As you can see, guys, I have different colors, and those colors, they basically mean the key of my tracks. If you don't know what is harmonic mixing, it's a way of mixing. So for example, if you take one track, it should flow like into another one and vice versa, basically. And this is made for harmonic mixing, so it sounds nice, so the transition is smooth. So for example, if we have a first track in C major, you can mix another one in C major, or you could go 1/5 up, it's going to be G, or you can go 1/5 down. So those are the strongest intervals, and you should be familiar with those. If you are not, make sure to Google Camelot wheel, and you will have that diagram. Basically, it's kind of circle of fifths. So yeah, really nice way to mix your tracks in a live set. And as you can see, guys, it's really simple. I don't have a lot of going on here yet because I've just started preparing new live sets, and you can do the same thing. So for example, I have a lot of tracks in C minor, and this one is D, this one is A, this one is E. Basically, I just have color for a key, and that will help you to navigate through your project, because if you have a lot of tracks with different colors, it's gonna be really hard to find a good track, basically. And yeah, one more thing about organizing your sets is that, as I mentioned, it should be easy to navigate through. Make sure to use colors, maybe use some groups if you have more live elements. So for example, you adding some synth on top, maybe you have like a pad with drum pads, like a MIDI controller, and you can have all of that. But the basic concept, guys, the basic idea is keeping it simple and easy to navigate through. After you get more experience, you learn how to DJ. Yes, of course, you can add things, but if you're watching this video, probably you're just starting to DJ. And yeah, when you're starting, keep it simple, and as soon as you progress, you can add some more elements to your DJ set. Okay, guys, the next tip is about preparation itself, like performing live. And before you actually start performing live in front of people, play your set a couple of times. Get to know how the controller works. Maybe you can change something like mappings. Maybe you remove some tracks from your set. Just make sure it works, because if you are practicing in the studio, it's not like really bad if you fail, because you don't have any responsibility. You're just playing for yourself. You're just practicing. But imagine if you fail on a dance floor in a club, whatever, festival, bar, restaurant. It's not going to be really nice for those people who are inside the bar, restaurant, club, whatever. Because yeah, it's really important. When I was playing my latest set, by the way, guys, if you haven't watched my latest live set, make sure to watch it. I'm gonna leave a link in the description here. It should appear somewhere, and also maybe in the comments. And I was playing my latest set, and I've had a problem when I tried to launch my clips. It just didn't work, so I felt it was kind of delay. But the thing here, guys, why I'm telling you this is that it was a problem, and I still was able to play my set properly without any big fails. And this is why you should practice before you actually go live. And with that, And by playing your live set, you're going to get better. You're going to understand how to DJ, actually, how to make those nice transitions. And one more thing is that you can learn some stuff. Maybe you can add some effects. Maybe you can remove something. Basically, it just teaches you how to perform on stage. So you are ready for a real live show. The next step for you guys, if you are just starting to DJ, is try mixing. Let me show you the intro and the outro of the track. So, for example, if you look at this track, we have an outro here, and if you don't want to fail your first time, maybe you are in the club, make sure to mix the intro of your first track with the outro of the second track, because it's not really hard, it's really easy. You just need to beat match and you're ready to go, basically. And after you hone that skill, after you get better and understand the structure and how to make transitions, you can start playing around with your track. So maybe you can, let's say, start from the breakdown of one track and make a transition just before the drop, but it's going to be another drop. So yeah, the more you practice, guys, the better you will get eventually, and you can come up with a lot of cool ideas, transitions, and all kinds of stuff for your live sets. But first, you need to play at least like 5-10 times before you can play live in front of the people. Because, guys, really, DJing is not that hard. If you just mix the tracks, if you're playing live set, that's a whole another story. But if we are just talking about like classical DJing, it's really easy, guys. It's all about the practice. The next tip for you guys is mixing just with an EQ, maybe even without any effects. This will help you to learn beat matching, the structure, how to mix, and all of that. I've started with a couple of effects on my decks. If you want to do that, yeah, sure. Just make sure you don't have a lot of effects, because when you are on stage, maybe you accidentally try to, change the effect, and instead of equalizer, you apply some, let's say, delay reverb. So yeah, keep it simple. Remember the first tip from this video, guys. Keep it simple. And when you learn how to mix with EQ, you can start adding maybe even some chains of effects. This is why I love using Ableton, because it allows you to create your own effects, to create your own live set. And now, guys, let's talk about effects I have on my decks. So basically, my routing is simple. I have deck A, I have deck B, and I'm mixing with a MIDI controller. So if you can see, fades, the volume fades. So I'm just mixing between those two decks. And I have tracks. So you can launch your track just by clicking here. You launch the track, it starts playing. And let's say you play a track. So let me show you. Maybe this one. So you start playing a track. And you could, for example, I think this one would fit. You need to count, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you hit play on the next track. So let me show you real quick, guys, how I usually do that. So for example, we play the first track. We launch the new track. So yeah, as you can see, guys, it's fairly easy. You just need to practice a couple of times, and you will get the idea, and you will learn really quick how to properly launch the next track. And the concept behind launching and let's say choosing where to start is easy, but you need to first play a couple of times. At least this is how it was with me, because when I've asked people, they explained that to me when you need to launch the next track, but I just didn't get it. So I just practiced, I played a couple of times, and you will probably need like 1, 2, maybe 3 times before you get the idea, before you understand the concept, and it's going to be really easy for you guys. This effect in Ableton, if you go into audio effects and you type Fade 2 and you go to utilities, audio effect track, performance and DJ. So if you are looking for some DJ effects for your live set, you can start with Ableton's stock effects. They have some nice presets. And here you have one knob Fade to gray. And it's a really cool effect. This is a really cool effect because it gives you like an endless loop, like a delay basically. I use it to create nice and smooth transitions. This is my go-to favorite effect. You can program and delay. You can program a delay like this by your own, but if you don't want to spend your time and you want to just start practicing straight away, yeah, just use Ableton's performance and DJ effects and it will be enough for you to start. And I have one more effect. It's a beat stop. Yeah, it works like that. So really simple. And finally, guys, I have an equalizer, so I could, let's say, kill the lows, mids, highs. And one last important thing for you guys, you need to have a cue. So it can depend on what audio interface you have. But for example, if I choose cue output on my audio interface, it will be usually like either 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to depend on your sound card. But the concept is you select a cue output and you select the master output. It should be different outputs. And after you select this guy, you will have an option. So you can click here. And if you mute the track, it's still going to play in your headphones. Oops. So you get the idea. You can adjust the volume here with this knob. Oops. Once again. Yeah, it just doesn't work. But as you can see, guys, when I press this thing, it means that you will have this sound in your headphones, and you need then to turn that on before you start playing with the volume fader. So when you check it and everything is fine, you can activate it, like here. When it's yellow, it's activated the track. So you activate the track and you just start increasing the volume and slowly mixing with your other track. And I think that was all for today, guys. If you have any question, if something is unclear, make sure to ask your questions down below in the comments. And also, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you've learned something, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave your comment below. Yeah, guys, that was all for today. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.